Hey guys, it's me Jocelyn. So today I'm going to be showing you a couple unique transitions on alight motion. Now, like I always do for these videos, I want to state that this is my opinion. This is what I think is unique. Personally, I was messing around with alight motion and I just discovered these transitions. So if you guys for some reason get offended by the fact that I'm calling them unique, you can, I don't know, just like have your own opinion, I guess. Anyways, let's just get started. So I really don't even have a name for these because that's how like weird they are. I don't know how to explain them in a way. So yeah. First things first, you're going to need to go to the plus and add on a square shape and then just go ahead and stretch that to fill the screen. Now go to color and fill and then go to this little gradient thing right here. Now drag these like little lines with the dots until they're as straight as you can be in the middle. So it kind of looks like this, and I'm just going to split it right there in the middle. You guys obviously, if your photo is shorter or longer, just split it so it fits perfectly in between your two photos. Now on the first one, you're going to want to go into effects and then go to mosaic and then add that. As you can see, a couple little lines appear, so what you want to do is increase the size on those so you can see them. This is going to determine how many lines or time slice lines are on your transition, so you can go ahead and adjust that any way you want. I think 89.0 is good for me. Then I'm going to go ahead and go into distortion and warp, and then I'm going to add polar displacement map. Now I want to go right onto that and hit select from center. Whoops, and then I want to go to angle. Now I'm going to add 2 keyframes, one at the beginning and then one at the end. Then I'm just going to go ahead, and you guys can make it whatever you want. I'm just going to do 90 so I have like a good like reminder of like what the angle was. Then you can do your end graph just like this. Now go ahead and tap inset. Inset says outset? I'm sorry, I don't really know. Anyways, so just tap those and add 2 keyframes, one at the beginning and one at the end. Now you can choose if you want to zoom it out right here or zoom it in. I'm going to go ahead and zoom it out, so I'm going to choose outset. Then I'm going to adjust my graph as usual, and I'm just going to paste. Whoops, that was the wrong graph. Don't do an out graph for that one. Just do like the same graph you did before. So this will be the beginning of the transition. Now go on to the second part of your shape, the little square that you cut in half. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy this mosaic effect just so I don't get it wrong. Just going to paste it onto there. Then I'm going to add polar displacement map again and make sure to reselect from center. Now go back onto angle, add 2 keyframes, one at the beginning and one at the end. And on the one in the beginning, make it negative of whatever the number you made the first time was. So since I made it 90, I'm going to make it negative 90 on this one. And be sure to copy your graph or whatever you need to do. And then go on to inset and outset, add 2 keyframes. And then on the first one, make it the opposite way you did the first time. So now I'm going to go ahead and slide it outwards like this, so it becomes bigger in a way. So if this is good for you, you can go ahead and just keep it at that. But I don't really like how this looks, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into add effect, pinch, and bulk. I'm going to add that on. I'm going to make the strength 0, obviously. And then I'm going to add 2 keyframes, one at the beginning, one at the end, like I've been saying. And then at the one on the beginning, I'm going to turn the strength up just a little bit. Then I'm going to add my outgraph. Then I'm going to increase the radius a little bit as well. You don't need to do that. That's completely optional. I just think that it gives it a little bit of a bounce. If you look like very closely, it gives like the shape a little bit of a bounce. So yeah, that is the first transition. I personally have never seen this transition before, so do with this what you want. Okay, so to create the second transition, what you need to do is go onto your photo, effects, add effect, then go to go to distortion and warp, and then go to 360 degrees reorient sphere. Now tap this little middle one right here that has the B in it and add 2 keyframes. And now you can make it go whatever direction you'd like. I'm just going to go ahead and make it 77 degrees for now. And then I'm going to do my graph. I'm also going to copy my graph just in case. So as you can see, it starts off looking like this. Now go into your second photo and finish that transition like you normally would. Tap the middle, add 2 keyframes, and then just make it negative 77 now. Or negative, or whatever the number you made was. It's just usually how it always is. And obviously this transition isn't very unique. Like, in the slightest bit. So what you're going to do is go ahead and tap the plus and add on a square once again. Then make sure the square fits your whole screen, and this time go to the gradient option, but make it long ways so the lines are going up and down like this. Once again, try to make it as straight as you can. It's perfectly fine if it's not completely straight, but you probably should make it straight. Then go to add effect and add your mosaic again, and you can also adjust your lines again, whichever way you want. I'm still going to make them 89.0 because that's what I did the first time, so it's just easier. Now I'm going to split the shape over my clip so it fits each one perfectly. Then I'm going to go back on and add polar displacement map. Now I'm going to select from center once again. Like I said, you don't need to select from center. If you don't select from center, it's only going to do the transition on half of the photo. So if you like that, you can definitely do that. You can just play around with these transitions if you want. There's no certain way to do them because they are unique. So you can basically just do them any way you please. I'm just giving you the way that I did them. So then add 2 keyframes, one at the beginning, one at the end. And you can slide these any way you want. I'm just going to make them 90 degrees like I do. I'm going to do my end graph. I'm going to copy it. Now, you can mess around with the inset and outset if you want. I think I'm going to. I'm going to add 2 keyframes. Then I'm just going to move the outset out a little bit to about 90. Or sometimes I just wing it. Sometimes I just slide them to random numbers. It doesn't really matter in the end, but I just like to be more precise. So yeah. So this is the beginning of the transition. Looks like this. Now go on to your other rectangle covering the other half of the photo. Well, not the other half, just the other photo. Then add polar displacement map back onto that. Make sure to select from center once again. Now go to angle, add 2 keyframes, one at the beginning and one at the end, and make the first keyframe negative of whatever the number you did the first time was. So I'm just going to make mine negative 90.0, just like this. I'm going to do my out graph. Okay, so now go back onto inset and outset and just do the opposite way you did the first time. It's pretty simple. Once you start making the transitions, you'll realize it's not really that hard. You don't really need to use the numbers. I just like to use them to be more precise. But yeah, this is essentially the second transition. So as you can see, it's kind of like melting, swerving in a way, or kind of like, I cannot think of the word right now, but either way, I do really like this transition. You could also add on some fun effects if you wanted to it. So if I wanted to on my photo, I could go to color and light, then I could go to saturation and vibrance, and I could turn the saturation all the way down for the beginning of the transition, and then I could turn it back up at the end of the transition, back down to 0. That's completely optional if you guys want. Once again, it's not, these transitions don't have a certain way to do them. That's why they're unique. You don't have to do everything precisely. You can just kind of mess around and play around with them. So yeah. And yeah, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and comment down below any tutorial requests you guys may have. Thank you for, I'm not even 30K, just thank you for everything, because my channel has been growing so rapidly, out of nowhere. So thank you, and hello to all my new subscribers. I can't believe how fast I've been growing this week. It's definitely an increase from the last few months I've had where my channel's kind of been dead. So welcome to everybody that's new. I hope you enjoyed my videos. If they help you out, I hope they do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and also happy summer, I guess. It's summer where I am right now. It's summer break for most people, or it's about to be. So yeah. Have a great summer, guys. Obviously more content's coming soon. I love you guys. Bye.